as the teachers, as the moderators, that we are understanding the student and we are being intentional around addressing their specific gaps.
A dreamer is a student who completes the Dream Launch course. After the 6 weeks, you then have the opportunity to come on and become a member. And you can gain membership through our 3 programs, whether it's academic success, personal development, or health and wellness, as well as our coaching programs. So, welcome, Jordan. Happy to have you on tonight.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Super excited to be on here. I'm rocking out with you and our audience.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, man. So let's not keep them waiting too long. To be honest, I know they know a little bit about you and know that kind of your career has been centered around helping out young people, more specifically helping young people achieve their goals, trying to make learning fun, exciting again, and really wanting to change the culture for Black and brown people as well. So tonight, I'm excited to kind of dive deeper into a little bit of that conversation and kind of see what your vision is and where you want to take Project Dream when it comes to our academics and our educational programs. And then really just kind of trying to get, show the people a little bit about what your plans are, what your expectations are, and all the cool stuff that you have wrapped up into this. So they're in for a special treat tonight if they didn't know.
You already know.
Absolutely, man. So let's start this thing. Let's kick this thing off talking about our Dream Launch program. Our folks know that it's a 6-week program. Each week we will be providing you guys with some value, helping you guys out, making learning fun again, whether it's traditional or non-traditional platforms. But really excited to hear you dive a little bit deeper into it, man. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. I mean, I think that one, Dream Launch is one of a kind, and largely because of our other pillars, but I think the academic success has a lot to do with why our Dream Launch program is one of a kind. The first thing I'm going to say is that I can personally remember being in the classroom and feeling like I wasn't good enough, feeling like I couldn't do something. And it didn't hit me until I became an adult that I just wasn't being communicated to the appropriate way, or my teacher wasn't as invested in me as I think they could have been. And that was a huge light bulb shift for me. So what I'm gonna say from the beginning, from the rip, is that everybody in the academic success program and Project Dream is invested in you. We are invested in you as a student, you as a learner, you as the person. And that trickles into our academic success program.
Yeah, man, I think that's cool, man. Instantly when you said that, man, I thought back to like middle school days, even sometimes in high school, man. I'm like, man, this is boring. Teachers weren't really teaching in a fun, cool way. They weren't excited about coming to work, right? And I think that's what's missing. That's what's missing because teachers now is like, hey, obviously they're doing it, they're passionate, right? Because teachers don't get paid. We all know the reality of that.
Yeah.
So they're doing it from a good place. And I think the mission is there. I think the excitement is what's being lost in the classrooms, right? And I know you have a way better perspective of that from me, but I think that's the difference in the approach that we're taking with Project Dream is that learning is going to be interactive, it's going to be engaging, it's going to make sure that people want to keep coming back for more and more because you're learning so many different things in a cool perspective. So I think that's super exciting. Now, I think one thing that, I would like for us to talk about and touch into is how to make learning relatable to real life, right? Because for a long time in life, you learn things and you learn these subjects and you be like, man, I'm never going to use this in life. I don't even see how this is going to apply to what I'm going to do in life. So, kind of talk a little bit more about how that relates to, real world.
Yeah, so I think that, thank you for that segue because I think this is like another very intricate and like a very big part of Project Dream, but it's like helping students or having the mindset of understanding where the student, meeting the student where the current need is. Academic success program is going to be really, really effective in making sure that we assess and address the need of the student. And I think that because oftentimes there are teachers who just jump right into the content, or they don't take the time to build that relationship with the student. They don't understand what the student needs. And to me, that's like where it all stems from. I might be really good with adding and subtracting numbers, but I'm not as strong as completing word problems. I might be better with word problems, but I'm not as strong as doing my division or partitive division, or multiplication, excuse me. But it's just like making sure that as the teachers, as the moderators, that we are understanding the student, and we are being intentional around addressing their specific gaps. So wherever you are currently struggling, wherever there's an issue, wherever there might be places that you're not necessarily sure that there's a gap there. But after we can do our tests and run our diagnostic exams and work together, we're gonna find where those gaps might be. And if there aren't any gaps, great, we can continue to push you to that next level and really challenge you as a student. So I think that it really is all encompassing for our students, the academic success program, and really attacks at those needs and really addresses them directly before the whole year goes on and we lose motivation.
I like that. And I think that's what separates an educator from just any person that's trying to teach something, is really understanding that every kid is different, right? Anyone who's worked in education knows that every kid is different. It has different learning abilities on different levels. And a lot of times, I know in school, right, they don't tell you this until you really learn, but they group kids a certain way based off their education, right, based off of their skills. But it's like, well, I may be very strong in math, right? We may be on the same level in math, but for history or ELA or something, like I'm struggling. I'm a couple grade
Exactly.
levels behind. So why am I
Exactly.
being pushed into this class because I have a strong math score, but yet I'm struggling in other subjects? So I think creating an individualized learning plan is the key to success moving forward. I love that about Project Dream and what you're doing with that program. Really, because that's the future. That's the way kids will get what they need, and it's intentional, right? You're not
Yeah.
teaching just to teach. You're teaching with purpose and understanding that where kids are on the spectrum of understanding certain subjects and lessons. And if we can make that individualized plan and close that gap for kids, I know the future is bright for our young people, and I'm excited
Absolutely.
to be a part of that journey, man, for sure.
Nah, I definitely agree. I just want to say one more thing though, to
Go
the to
for it.
the to the relatability point. Is
Go
like,
for it.
one, we are young, we are authentic, we are bringing you, like, because we're young, because we're authentic, because we are high energy and positive, we're gonna bring you what we, let me say it like this: what we consume is what we're gonna present. And so the way that we keep content relevant, the way that we keep lessons relevant, is because we're in the know. We understand, and we're on TikTok and Instagram, and we're not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we might not be as quick as a local 13-year-old on the next fad, but we are certainly in the know. So it allows us as young adults to really relate to those up and coming teenagers, young adults, and even elementary or even primary students, because we've been there. We're not so far removed from schooling, and I know we both have recently, or are recent graduates. So it's really making sure that we're able to tap into that, and we can do it from an authentic place and not have it be cheesy or corny, because this is who we are, and this is what we're about.
Man, that's the biggest thing, man. I think you dropped a bar right there. For people, if they didn't hear it, man, that was a bar right there. Really, because that's the difference maker. It's the relatability, right? A lot of times you see these kids in class with teachers who don't understand their culture, right? Yes, they may not look like them, and that's okay. You don't have to look like them, right? But be understanding, be willing to understand different cultures and to
Yeah,
learn new things, and understand why you have to get a TikTok, right? And why you have to be in the know to certain things is because that's the way the world is shifting to. And what easier way to get your message across to young people than to involve and bring in pop culture, right? Things that we
exactly.
see every day and kids are
Every day.
consuming every day. Makes it relatable. It breaks it down on a level where kids can truly understand. And I know we're very intentional about that. Where we're very it's important for us to make sure that we do that. So I'm confident, and I know that every lesson that we put out for every young person is going to be one that is relatable, one that's engaging, one that's going to be interactive, and
Absolutely.
definitely push them forward towards success. So I think those are major keys and that you touched on. So My next question for you though is without giving away too much, kind of give the people a little preview of what's to come in that Dream Launch program when it comes to our academic success program.
Yeah, man, we have a lot of things cooking up in there. But just a little preview. We have a create your own project or create your own city block project that we're going to be working on. We also have a math Olympics where we're going to be competing virtually and really trying to take our math knowledge to the next level. You know, we have a lot of chances to compete in math Olympics where we're challenging each other. Week to week, we just have a lot of different things, along with being able to get some mentoring and some tutoring, and just some general help with wherever those gaps are, as I said earlier. But there's a lot of different components to the academic success. Those are some of the bigger hitter items. But we're coming there every day, and we're going to put in the work, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to be kind and respectful. But also, we're going to be intentional about getting better and challenging each other, and making sure that we're all sharpening each other's iron. Because as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen.
Yeah, for sure. As a former athlete, and I know this, you can relate to this. It's about competing, right, and competition and healthy competition at that. So to have a math Olympics, man, that's exciting. From a virtual perspective, that's going to
Yeah,
be cool to see and to conduct and host. And I encourage folks out there, like, get a part of this, become a part of this movement and what we're doing, because it's special, right? And the kids that we've already been working with, and they're
mhm,
super excited about the new changes and the new way of learning. I'm a big advocate for this, and I'm always pushing it forward for us to, like, hey, how can we make this cool and dynamic and different from the norm of what's being taught in everyday school? As we all
absolutely.
know, at some point, virtual learning is going to be the new norm, right? Whether that's next year, 2 years, or 5 years from now, because of COVID and those challenges, we've already seen a glimpse of where learning is going to shift to. So I encourage parents and even young folks out there who may be a little hesitant to be a part of a virtual learning community, understand that this is the shift, this is the way. And I think, as we all know, it takes a village to be great, to be successful. What better way to build that community than to have like-minded young people and like-minded, staff members and supporters and mentors and tutors who truly care about you and care about the work to push the culture forward when it comes to education. So, now those are some very cool, exciting components within that Dream Launch program. Now, we all know Dream Launch program is our onboarding program. It is mandatory for every young person to become a dreamer. A dreamer is a student who completes the Dream Launch course. After the 6 weeks, you then have the opportunity to come on and become a member. And you can gain membership through our three programs, whether it's academic success, personal development, or health and wellness, as well as our coaching program. So once you become a dreamer, you then move past the Dream Launch program. And Jordan, would love for you to tell folks a little bit more about what the deeper dive and the real meat to the program that comes with academic success after the Dream Launch program.
Yeah, this is where really, I think this is where you really get the bang for your buck. This is really where growth is seen. Because we have 6 weeks of working intimately and understanding, and me and our staff really understanding who the student is and where their areas of strength and areas of weakness are. And then the week after that 6 week Dream Launch program, and the student becomes a dreamer, then we're able to really be intentional about, like we talked about earlier, those individualized education plans. And we have even began to incorporate some aspects of coding. We even really started to navigate outwards into the STEM community, because as we know, we're growing into a virtual environment, that those STEM skills, that coding skill is going to be so important in the next 15 to 20 years. So just helping our students to get ahead of the curve in that aspect. But I mean, you can expect to have test prep You can expect to have state standardized tests, just walkthrough and guides. You can expect to have just daily lessons that really accentuate not only what you're going to learn in the classroom, but also some of those skills that we talked about that need a little bit of work. So I think there's a lot of different moving parts that come with this academic overview or this academic program, but it's really, I think, the place where when you're looking for meaningful growth, when you're looking for when you're serious about your student taking the next step, it's like this is where you need to be.
Young world, let me tell y'all something. Like Jordan is cooking up something in that program. All right. He's cooking up something special. I don't know where the ingredients, where it all came from, but I'm here to let you know as a testimonial. He's cooking up some great things, some things that's going to help you guys, some things that's going to allow you to look at learning from a different perspective. I'm big on making sure that it's non-traditional learning, right? So whether that be through a song, right, or a beat, or just using real world examples when it comes to learning. Learning about taxes and investments. I wish someone taught me these things early on in life, until you have to actually go through it yourself and experience it. So I'm so excited about where he's taking this and where we're going, and knowing that for parents, Jordan is a certified educator, so he's not pulling these things out of his hat, or just making things up. He's a certified teacher, spent quite a few years in the classroom, now has the opportunity now to teach teachers, right? Teach
Yeah.
teachers how to be successful educators in the classroom for young people. So the guy knows his stuff, right? He knows his stuff, and I'm just glad and happy that he's a part of Project Dream and wants to really change and shift the culture for young people moving forward when it comes to learning. And I think one point that he talked about is not even just about the schoolwork of learning, it's about just becoming knowledgeable about education in general, right? Knowledge is key, and understanding that the more you know, the better off you will be in life. So, anything you want to close with, Jordan, for the people out there?
Yeah, I do. I got two things. One is that I am a certified teacher, but I also recently am a certified administrator. So, and I have a master's degree in educational leadership. So I'm not just not trying to, be that guy, but I just want to assure you that
Let the
I
people
have done the
know they
work.
need
I
to hear
have,
this.
I've done the work. I have seen it from the ground level. I studied it from the ground level. I've seen it from the administrative level. I studied it from the administrative level. So that's what you're getting here at Project Dream and the Academic Success Program is unlike something that you will get anywhere else from a young, dynamic, invested, involved educator. You don't find that anywhere else.
He
That's
has
one.
receipts. He
You
has
feel me?
receipts,
You
guys.
feel me? The second thing is that this is the type of experience that allows a student to change their life. We're the type of people that are looking to take students from good to great, from bad to good, from wherever you are, we're looking to enhance you. This is the opportunity. There aren't many opportunities that come around where you have super invested, super educated people who are authentic and humble and truly have a heart for the people and care, and they're willing to help you learn. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm really, really excited to see what students are able to do and what we're able to accomplish. But the last thing I'm gonna say, I know I'm talking a lot, is that we're gonna put in the work here. We're putting in the work. Like that's gotta come first. So like get your mind right, come ready to put in some work because that's what PDA is all about. We gonna talk like it, we're gonna be fly, we're gonna be swaggy, we're gonna be the hottest in the room. We're putting in that work too. So get your mind right, get ready to put in that work. That's what we all about here.
I love it. I love it. Folks, I encourage you, please go to our website, www.projectdreamacademy.com. Follow us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Project Dream Academy. Please get connected with us. This is a community you want to be a part of. The first step is to sign up for our Dream Launch program. This is a community you want to be a part of. The Project Dream experience is like no other. I guarantee it'll be worth your while. You will enjoy it. You'll get mentors and educators like myself, like Jordan, like the other folks that's on the team, people that truly care not only about your success, but generationally want your success, your kids' success. We're trying to shift and change the culture, the way education is looked at and viewed at, the way it's taught, and knowing that Project Dream will be the future when it comes to education and the way that it's brought to the world. So, Jordan, I appreciate you coming on, talking to the people tonight. Make sure you guys go and pick up the Dream Launch course. We go
Now,
live right now. Sign up.
right
Sign
now.
up. I can't say it enough. Sign up right now. We're ready to kick this thing off and get you guys going. Okay. Appreciate you coming on again, Jordan. And know that you're out here doing great things. Continue to soar into greatness, to do great things for the world, for the people around you. And as always, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight for sure.
Always, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you, big dog.
Absolutely, absolutely. World, make sure you go follow, like, subscribe, click that red button on YouTube, hit the bell so you get all the updates and notifications when we first post them. All right. I appreciate you guys as always. I love you guys with all my heart. Project Dream, you know that we the team.
Ah.
We are Project Dream.